Troy Buford is here to offer us a perspective from the insurance side of things. So Troy, I would imagine that over the years you've seen a lot of claims from ice dams.
I have. It's one of the larger losses that we'll have during the winter time frame with homeowners in particular.
What are some of the larger claims that you've seen?
Well, to put a dollar amount on it, it really depends on, of course, the size of the home and the amount of ice that will build up over the winter. But typically, when you figure in that the average homeowner loss is going to be somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000, these are usually closer in the $8,000 to $15,000 range.
Oh wow! Well, and it's not just the money, right? It's that kind of damage to your home has got to take its emotional toll as well.
Well, you certainly don't want to have your roof or your home open during the winter to have your roof being repaired. Number one, it's very difficult to get a roofing company out in the wintertime.
Good point.
Not only are they in high demand because of the frequency of ice dams and the resulting damage, but most roofers don't want to be climbing up on a roof in the wintertime with ice and snow because it's a dangerous situation for them or for their employees. And so when you have an ice dam and your roof has been compromised because of it, it's never quite the same. It's not uncommon for the next year or a couple of years later when there's yet another harsh winter for the same spot to leak again. And a lot of the reason for that is because when the damage is done in the winter and the repairs are done in the winter or still in cold temperatures, the expansion, the contraction of the repair usually doesn't hold as though it were built when it's intended to be built in the summer in the warm temperatures. And so you oftentimes have repeat leakage. Maybe not another ice dam, but the same area now leaks because it was compromised initially.
So Troy, in addition to the water damage that obviously is caused from an ice dam, what other problems can occur?
Well, the roof and the water damage are the most immediate, and they're obviously the most visible and obvious. And that's usually when a person will file a claim is hey, my roof shingles just fell off my roof, or I've got major streams of water running down my home on my interior walls. But the other peripheral damage really is after the fact. At times there's water behind the drywall inside the home, and so no one realizes because, well, I had the contractor come out and fix my roof, but I never had anybody look on the inside. And what's the damage behind the drywall? Well, obviously over time that can create mold situations. It can create structural deficiencies in the framing if the wood is wet or the frame is wet. So there are things that occur behind the wall, so to speak, that are out of sight, out of mind, and you don't realize it until months down the road. And you start saying, boy, what is that mildewy smell? And you forget the fact that you had water running down your walls, and it wasn't just in front of your wall, it was behind your wall at the same time. The problem with that is most insurance policies have no mold and mildew coverage. It's an excluded coverage in homeowners' policies. And so then the homeowner is left with bearing the full consequence of the cost to repair that damage. And it's a costly expense depending on the degree of mold and mildew.
So the answer is to find a solution so you don't ever have those problems.
It's about preventative medicine, if you will, because you don't ever want that mold or mildew in the house, because those spores, if not even eradicated properly, can continue to grow, and it could end up in a different part of your home months later. Wow. Because mold spores are quite active.
So you're obviously familiar with Thermal Technologies.
I am familiar with Thermal Technologies. I have customers who have it on their homes. I also have seen homes that after ice dam has occurred, they're trying to get the product and learn more about it. It is something that I can honestly say I've never had an ice dam claim on a home that has a Thermal Technology product on it.
Wow, well that kind of says it all right there.
Yeah, it's probably more than coincidence or luck.
Thermal Technologies, a leading innovator and the best solution for your individual roof de-icing needs, with a variety of widths to fit any roof and colors to match any exterior. To find out more about our high-grade de-icing products, including our revolutionary T-panel and T-zone systems that virtually eradicate ice dams, visit our website at www.thermaltechusa.com.